It's been a bit, but I have a new team video for you today, and it involves Luke Cage, Black Panther, and Bullseye. Hey everybody, welcome back to MPQ Mastery, where we teach you to destroy more gems. I'm your host Aloy, and I love doing these team videos for you guys. But it is also kind of a thing where it takes me a while to really come up with some really good teams. Because I don't want to just throw stuff out there and you'd be like, well, that's not really all that great, Aloy. I know, it's okay. But that's why there is some time in between the different team videos. But I'm very excited that this is the 10th team video that we're putting out on MPQ Mastery. We just recently hit 1,500 subs, and we're barreling through all of these awesome milestones. And if you like what we're doing here on MPQ Mastery, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you always know when we release a new video. You can also follow us on Twitter at MPQ Mastery. So as I mentioned before, this team consists of the 4-star Luke Cage, the 4-star Black Panther, and the 2-star Bullseye. Yes, this is the first team that features a 2-star character, but he's actually really cool and adds a lot to the team. This team is going to rely heavily on having special tiles out, so it's not going to be that great against opponents who can kind of chew up special tiles or even use them against you, things like that. But for the most part, this is really a fun team to use. So let's start with Luke Cage. Luke Cage's colors are yellow, red, and black, but he's mostly here for his black ability. That one is called Defender, and that is any time that an opponent uses a power, he's going to place a protect tile on the board, and if he's in front, he's also going to reduce an enemy special tile. So not only is he protecting, he's also making them less protected, or less attacky, or less strikey. And his yellow power is really cool. It's called Hero for Hire. And what it does is it fortifies up to 3 special tiles of any kind. If he's in the game, it's usually going to be protect tiles, but the other characters put out stuff too. And then deals damage, a lot of damage, for each fortified friendly tile on the board. And there is no limit to the damage, and you'll see where this actually comes into play going forward. But you use his yellow power a lot. His red power is actually really powerful, but I end up scaling back on its use. It is a little expensive, so I end up using Black Panther's red power in this team up. But what his power does is it deals a ton of damage, and if the enemy has no special tiles on the board, it deals even more damage. Going now to the 4-star Black Panther, the one with the suit from the movie, you're gonna see where a lot of this is gonna start intermingling with each other. The first power that I want to focus on is his blue power, because that one is super awesome. He throws some fortified protect tiles on the board. Awesome. Not only are these protect tiles fortified, which leans into Luke Cage's power, which deals damage for all the fortified tiles on the board, but the passive ability of Kinetic Shield is that anytime that you match a protect tile, it deals damage to the enemy. So just so you're understanding me, you have one character who's throwing protect tiles on the board constantly, and the other one who's also throwing protect tiles on the board constantly, and any time that you match a protect tile, you deal a bunch of damage. Most of the time, these tiles will also be fortified, which means you can match them and then match them again. His red power, which again is the one that I end up using a lot, is called by Tooth and Claw. And this one is awesome because what it does is it deals a ton of damage. Like if you have it at level 5, it deals like 5,500 damage. Then it increases the power of any friendly fortified protect, attack, and strike tiles. Again, really, really awesome for this setup. His yellow power, Protector of Wakanda, is one that I end up using sometimes because it is a little bit cheaper than Luke Cage's power, but it does kind of take a back seat. Like if you have a lot of fortified tiles, you want to use Luke Cage's power. If you don't have a lot of fortified already, you might want to use this one because this one will get more on the board. And what it does is it puts a repeater tile on the board, which generates 3 strike, protect, or attack tiles. It's all random. But also, as long as he's not the only person still in the fight, those tiles are now fortified. So that's a cool one. It doesn't do as much damage, but it can also lead into Luke Cage's damage. So you can already see how those two characters work really well together. Now let's throw in our final character, the 2-star Bullseye. The reason that the 2-star Bullseye works really well for this is obviously his purple power. That allows him that anytime anybody makes a purple match, it throws a projectile on the board. It doesn't matter the power of this projectile, it's just that it's there, and then you'll match it away, it'll deal some extra damage, and then it'll create another one, and it becomes a perpetuating cycle. You want to keep making those purple matches so you keep dealing that damage. But it's also really cool that his other two powers are active. So his second power, Murderous Aim, his black power, allows you to make use of the black AP that you're getting for matching Luke Cage's black projectiles. And it allows you to put a critical tile on the board, which means that you can put that anywhere you want, deal extra damage, and make sure you're matching those shields. Bam, you're dealing tons of damage. His third power is the one that kind of clinches why he's perfect for this group as well, because it's green, and that means no dead colors in this team. Plus, obviously, it allows him to destroy certain tiles. You can make a cascade fall down into matching some shields. On the whole, Bullseye works perfect for this team. Now going into the strategy, the first thing you want to do is start getting as much AP as you can, obviously. I usually start with purple. Go for the purples. It's going to start putting some projectiles on the board, and as I said, start that cycle of matching purple, dealing damage, matching purple, dealing damage. At the same time, you're building up your resistance, and the bad guys are likely using some powers, which means Luke Cage is also throwing some projectiles on the board. The next goal is to start building up your blue and your yellow. If you can get some blue, you can start throwing out those fortified projectiles from Black Panther. As soon as you have enough yellow, if you have some fortified tiles on the board already, go ahead and launch Luke Cage's power. He will fortify some tiles that are not already fortified, which you've already created from Bullseye and himself, and then deal damage for each fortified tile. If you don't have enough fortified tiles, go ahead and use the yellow power from Black Panther, and he will put a repeater, and then by the time that repeater throws some fortified tiles on the board, you'll definitely have some. Then start building up your yellow and launch that big attack. Anytime you get enough red, which will obviously happen, definitely launch Black Panther's red ability if you already have fortified tiles on the board, because that is going to strengthen the tiles that you have and deal a bunch of damage. If you don't have any, but you have enough red AP, go ahead and launch Luke Cage's, especially if your enemy doesn't have any special tiles on the board themselves, because literally he will just smash somebody. But I usually like those powers that do multiple things at one time. But if I can deal half the damage that Luke Cage can, but also continue to enhance my existing tiles that are also dealing damage and protecting me and leading to more damage, then I will go for that over just flat damage. That's just me though. In the end, you're gonna end up with probably about 2 to 3 turns before you are built up, and any damage that's coming from your enemy is gonna do ones. So there are a few downsides to this team. Obviously, when an enemy matches your projectiles, it doesn't do any additional damage. So sometimes you'll get in those situations where they start matching your stuff away and you're like, that so sucks. Like, I'm working at getting those built up. Also, having a 2-star character on the team means you kind of want to stay away from keeping Bullseye in the front, because if you're dealing with enemies that these 4-star characters are having issues with, obviously your 2-star character is also going to have an issue with taking too much damage, and he has much less damage than either Black Panther or Luke Cage, as he should, I think. And as I mentioned before, it's really heavy on making sure that you're using those projectiles. So if you're against characters like Medusa or Carnage or Prowler, any enemies that are using your kind of tiles against you, this is not necessarily the team that you want. But if you are just looking for an amazing team that can deal some damage and they're kind of tanks against the right teams, then this is the team for you. 4-star Luke Cage, 4-star Black Panther, 2-star Bullseye. Let me know what you guys think after you've tried this team out. I want to know what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and if you had to swap out one of the characters, who might you swap them out for? Let me know about all of that down in the comments. Also, obviously, if you like the video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and thank you for coming to MPQ Mastery. Go destroy some gyms.